from the maternity hospital in Reading to her first glimpse of the prince. In just 5 minutes, we'll see how Kate went from a girl from a working-class family to the fateful meeting with William. On January 9, 1982, Michael Francis and Carol Elizabeth Middleton had a daughter named Catherine Elizabeth. The couple lived in Reading and met while working for the famous British Airways. Michael was a flight dispatcher and Carol worked as a flight attendant. Despite being working class, the Middleton family is anything but ordinary. Princess's ancestors are related to the British aristocracy and were landowners. Also, Catherine is probably a distant relative of the first US President, George Washington, and some other prominent Americans. And besides, an in-depth analysis of her family tree revealed that she and Prince William share a common relative, albeit a very distant one. In 1983, Michael and Carol had a second daughter, Philippa Charlotte, or simply Pippa, and a year later, they and their children moved to the capital of Jordan, Amman, where the father of the family was sent to work. There, Kate attended an English-speaking kindergarten for foreigners and also began to learn Arabic. In September 1986, the family returned to England in the county of Berkshire, where Kate went to St. Andrew's School in Pangbourne, and in 1987, the family was joined by son James William. By that time, Carol Middleton, who had left the profession of a flight attendant, had already started to make decorations for children's parties and sell them to friends. And in the same 1987, she and her husband founded the company Party Pieces on a modest startup capital. The couple began sending orders by mail, and the business started generating a good income. By the way, Kate and her sister and brother were also involved in the family business from an early age, from shooting for the catalog to the development of new products. Meanwhile, Catherine was a diligent student at school and dreamed of becoming an art historian. And at the age of 9, she saw her future husband for the first time. He traveled to St. Andrews as part of the Ludgrove School hockey team to play a game against a local team. In 1955, the Middletons moved to Bucklebury, where they purchased an estate for £1.5 million. Their house was a Georgian red brick mansion surrounded by a lawn, English-style garden, century-old oak trees, and hedges. The future princess's place of study changed along with her place of residence. Together with her sister, she entered the Downhouse School for Girls. At the age of 13, Kate participated in a play that turned into a prophecy. The plot involves a fortune teller predicting that her character will meet a wealthy gentleman who will take her to London, and his name will be William. Kate then attended Marlborough College. The family trust that the Middletons inherited from Michael's grandmother allowed them to pay for such a prestigious educational facility. In college, Catherine enjoyed playing sports such as tennis, netball, and track and field. It is rumored that even in those years, young Catherine dreamed of the prince, and she had a picture of William hanging on the wall. But the girl denied these rumors, saying that she actually had a poster of a Levi's model. At the same time, while attending college, the girl met Willem Marks, who became her first boyfriend. They dated for a year, after which they broke up but stayed friends. But the relationship with her next boyfriend wasn't so straightforward. Harry Blakelock, captain of the college hockey team, was very popular with the girls and easily toyed with their feelings. In their senior year, when their relationship was developing, he was getting closer to Kate, but then disappearing from her life. She, in turn, suffered and kept pondering how to get her fickle boyfriend back. These thoughts haunted her even after she graduated from college, when she took a gap year. Her friends said she talked about Harry all the time. She wanted to be with him even though he had broken her heart. But the girl didn't neglect herself. She traveled extensively, attended art history lectures, and studied Italian painting at the British Institute of Florence, and lived in a rented apartment with 4 other girls. In 3 months, she also managed to become fluent in Italian and practiced her photography skills. When her parents visited her, her mom tried to distract her from thoughts about her ex by talking about Italian guys, but this only embarrassed Kate. She had never lacked male attention, but was shy around guys. Many described young Catherine as shy and not very confident. The girl then traveled to Chile to participate in a Raleigh International Charity Program. Volunteers of this organization work on social and environmental projects in developing countries. And eventually, in the summer before starting university, Kate worked at the port of Southampton. After returning home, Middleton enrolled at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, where she briefly studied psychology, but her major was art history. During her studies, the girl worked part-time as a waitress in a cafe, which, by the way, she didn't like at all. She was an active member of the Lumsden Club, which is engaged in charitable projects, and she received the Duke of Edinburgh Gold Award for her achievements. The fateful meeting with Prince William also took place at the university. Next, get ready for the sheer dress on the runway, the nickname modern-day Cinderella, and the university romance that shook the tabloids. Don't miss what happens next.